Everyone. Oh, that's awesome. We had 8 people waiting.
Yeah, hey guys.
Gary already. Yeah, he already messaged. Everyone has their mouths open. Oh, what? From the. That's right. Yeah.
Even Sweetie.
Even Sweetie did. Yeah. What? Well, look at her. Look, Jenny. She's like holding on to that toy.
You dork. She's holding onto it with her paw.
That is hilarious. That's gonna drop here pretty soon, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, there it went.
Really did Alice just come out of the rabbit's cage?
Yeah, she probably did. She was probably in there being a weirdo.
My goodness. Anyway, hello everyone. You might be able to tell from my voice. Maybe not. I have a cold.
Yeah, Jenny's pretty sick.
It's great.
It's just a common cold though, so it's not like too serious.
Nothing bad.
But what? Sore throat, you're losing your voice, you're stuffed up.
Yeah. All that
fun stuff. Yeah, so that's great because you get to talk for the next 2 hours straight.
Yeah. No, what that means is that when my throat starts to hurt, I'm going to stop talking. And David's going to do all the talking. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to let a few more people join before we really start talking about the meetup. But as a lot of you already know, we have actually kind of announced the meetup on our Patreon page and in... I think the last live stream, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to be August 24th from 2 to 4
p.m.
And we have a park picked out, but we have to go and look at it first. We're actually going to do that this evening after we're done live streaming.
Yep, and if we think it's going to work well, then we will post on everywhere, Patreon and Facebook, Twitter and Instagram that that exact location that we're going to be having the meetup in. Again, we're in Seattle, Washington. Well, the Seattle area. And so the park that we're picking is also in the Seattle area. So hopefully, we can see a lot of you guys there. It'd be awesome. I know we've already gotten a lot of confirmation. They're just like, Seattle, I can be there wherever it's at, whatever.
Yeah. So
we're really excited because our first meetup in Quartzsite was awesome.
It was epic.
Yeah, we had a blast.
It was great.
It was a lot of fun. It was really cool meeting a lot of you. So, we're just excited to do that all over again here in Seattle. And we're definitely going to have Sweetie with us.
And Thomas and Amanda.
But Alice and Butters are probably, Butters definitely, but Alice is probably going to stay home too.
She gets overwhelmed when there's too much going on.
Yeah, she's really friendly around people, but around like a big crowd with a ton of stuff going on, she'd probably freak out. So, but we're definitely going to have Sweetie there, and my brother Thomas and his girlfriend Amanda are going to be there too to hang out with us. So, but we're really excited. Again, it's August 24th from 2 to 4 p.m., and hopefully tomorrow we'll be posting exactly what park it's going to be at. But yeah, we're like I said, we're gonna be checking out. We're scoping that park out after the live stream today.
Yep, and hopefully we don't have to keep looking, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
we'll figure it out.
more news is that we've decided we've been in the Seattle area.
Oh yeah.
For how long now? Has it been a month?
No, it hasn't been a month yet.
3 weeks then?
3 weeks.
It's been at least 3 weeks. So yeah, we've been here in Seattle for like 3 weeks now, and we were originally only going to stay here until like mid-September, right?
Second week of September.
Yeah, but now it's looking like we're going to be here until mid-October.
Oh, we were actually going to leave the last week of August.
Oh,
And then we decided that we wanted to stay for 2 extra weeks because we're already halfway through August and we haven't changed our licenses yet. We haven't done dentist appointments or doctor's appointments, any of that. So we're just like, all right, we're staying until the mid-September. And then Thomas and Amanda were like, hey, we're going to a concert the first weekend of October at the Gorge, and you guys have never been, and it's super cheap, so come with us. And we're just like, okay. So we're staying here with them until just after that concert, and then we're heading down to California to visit my dad for a couple days.
And then we're hauling back up to Montana to do
if
some.
It's warm enough.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it really depends on the weather, but that's the plan. And then exploring through like Montana and the Dakotas if it's still warm enough.
And then over to Fort Wayne.
And then not slowly, I guess quickly at that point, making our way to back home, Fort Wayne, Indiana, to have Christmas there. And we are going to have our third meetup in Fort Wayne in the winter, around Christmas time. So yeah.
Probably after Christmas.
Probably after.
Probably after Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Do we have any more news? Oh,
David bashed his face this morning.
I did. Yeah, see this? I was that my brother has a fence on the side of his yard, and so like the walking space between our trailer and his fence is really narrow.
It's like 2 feet.
Yeah, and I was refilling our fresh water tank, and I go to turn around as I'm like in that space, and I just bash my head right on one of our windows that like hinges out. Yeah, it hurt really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all like, can you see it? It's all like swollen and stuff. It's great. Yeah. Oh, I like hit my teeth together too and all that. It hurt.
That.
Yeah, it hurt. It was a doozy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I'll live. I got a question for you guys though. You saw the video where we recently installed the solid RF cell signal booster onto the roof of our trailer. Shortly after we released that video, I got a email from Shalako and they want to have us review their cell signal booster. And I was thinking like of just responding to them and being like, nah, we don't need to because we've already got this installed. But then I thought, well, maybe it would actually be useful to you guys to do like a comparison video between the Shalako and thanks, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Between the do a comparison video between the Shalako signal booster and the solid RF signal booster. Would you guys like that? Do you think that would be a useful video for you?
We'd end up only keeping one or the other.
Well, we would definitely end up just keeping the Shalako one because I've already drilled it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Solid RF.
Regardless of what happens, we would keep the solid RF one just because I've already drilled into our roof to mount it, so I'm not gonna unmount it, because I don't know. But yeah, would you guys think that would be a useful video for you? If I get a lot of yeses, then I will make that video. But yeah, I just wanted to get your guys' opinion first, because my initial thought was, we already have the solid RF, so no. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Craig, thanks, man. You're awesome.
Thank you, Craig.
Now I can go to ReadyMed and get this taken care of.
Get some stitches.
Get checked out for a concussion. I'm gonna close this. Just that one.
It's a little bright.
Yeah,
so,
it's a little bright.
Sorry,
Yeah, exactly. Someone said, why not? Just don't hard mount it. That's exactly what I would do is,
we just connect it and then test it.
I would just set it up on top of the roof, the outside. I wouldn't do any drilling, and I would probably just run the wires through one of our windows.
Right
or that one, into the RV. But I wouldn't do any drilling or mounting or any of that stuff. And then, soft mount it to then do the test and then show the results. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So wait, I have some more news.
Wow.
The next time that we're live in the RV, you guys are going to see new decorations back there.
Oh,
above the bed. I ordered a really cool tapestry. It's like I think there's like a short, like a little creek through some tall, like redwoods type looking things. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna hang it from the ceiling, and then I'm gonna hang fairy lights underneath it, and then like this sheer like lacy stuff underneath it, and it's gonna look really good. And then that curtain that's back there, that weird like brown
tan,
that I don't like, I'm gonna replace that. I haven't decided what color I'm doing that yet, but the next live stream I'll have all that done, so it'll look a little bit different in here. We're getting different colored bed sheets, but just the sheets, not the duvet or anything like that. So
yep, yeah, she's gonna be doing some decorating in the trailer. So yeah, we're gonna make a video on that too.
Yep, should be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm excited.
Oh, Mary Brown says I really like your short hair.
Oh, thanks, Mary.
I do too, Mary. F. Gresham asks, are you two in your 20s or 30s? I am 30 years old, and Jenny is 28. Mm-hmm. Here, you look at that.
Sorry.
That's okay.
What is your dog chewing on back there?
I don't know.
So we have some
random. Oh, look! She's being super cute. Look at that. What a goober!
She's holding it down.
That is really cute.
So Sweetie has to when we pick toys for Sweetie, they have to be like hard plastic, but she really likes things that squeak. So but we can't get her stuffed animals because she just rips them apart. So we got her that, and Let me just, it's weird.
Oh, let her know. She's laying on it.
I guess she is laying on it.
It's just some random Kong toy from PetSmart.
It's a Kong toy. And it has like a mini tennis ball on one side and it squeaks too.
Yeah, it's nothing special. Just some random toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I already. Yeah, sure. Always good to compare. Yes, the review would be great. Put it on your. Wow. Sweet Pea, calm down. We actually have a solid RF mobile booster that's made to be used with the vehicle. So, like, it's got a magnetic exterior antenna that, like, sticks to the roof of a vehicle. And I'm going to be making an install video on that. So we won't need it for the truck because we already have one for the truck. I just haven't put it on it yet. But yeah. Shoot, something came into my mind, and then I was gonna say it, but then I got sidetracked and I forget. It's about signal boosters that's right. Speaking of comparison videos, we have one coming out this Thursday. It's our first comparison video that we've ever done, and it's on inverter generators. I'll be comparing Honda EU 2200i inverter generator and a Westinghouse iGen 2500 inverter generator. So it's an interesting comparison between the two because they're very similar, yet there's this like massive price discrepancy. So if you're interested in that, that's coming out this Thursday, and you'll hear all my thoughts and opinions on that. And there that goes again.
What?
Doug, it says it's treaties for sweeties time. It's treaties for sweetie time. Yeah.
We'll definitely get her some treats for you.
She just lay down.
Aww. She looks so tired back
there.
there.
Here, you answer some questions. I'll go give Sweetie a treat right now.
They're in that cabinet.
Oh, I know. Watch. As soon as you start hearing bag noises, I bet Sweetie perks up. But you can keep answering questions.
Okay. It should be on the top shelf.
Top shelf? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here they are, yeah.
So Rich said he'd rather see a comparison of the new WeBoost Reach, but we've tried contacting WeBoost and they have not contacted us back. So I don't think that's going to be able to happen for us.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be comparing or showing anything on the WeBoost just because expensive. Very expensive.
How important is it to put an auto switch in your inverter / solar power?
I don't know what that means. No, Nomad Reed, what do you mean by an auto switch in your inverter / shore power? Do you mean like when you disconnect from shore power, it automatically switches to being powered off of your inverter? Is that what you mean? That's great. How do you keep the cats from freaking out during car rides? We just kind of got lucky. And even though Butters was... How old is she now? She was born in 2001.
She's 8.
She's 8, yeah. Even though
2011.
Oh, yes. That's what I meant. Yeah, so even though Butters was 6 years old when we hit the road, we got really lucky, and she just like didn't freak out very much. Jenny had driven around with her
all the time,
pretty often, yeah. So I guess you did drive around with her when she was a kitten. So that's basically the biggest thing is when you get a kitten, or if you get a kitten, then drive around with them in the car fairly often, like take them to PetSmart and stuff so they can meet people and dogs and cats and just, all that kind of stuff to socialize them, because cats kind of need to be socialized just like dogs do. And that'll really help them out later in life as adults. But yeah, drive around with them when they're kittens so that they learn from a young age that it's nothing to be afraid of. So that's basically what we did with Butters and Alice, and that's why they tolerate it. Boundless and Free RV Travel says, hi, was it difficult to install the smart converter charger? Is it used when boondocking? Thanks. Our converter charger was really easy to install. It was part of a kit with the rest of our solar system. And it was really easy to install. You basically unwire the factory converter that's in the AC panel and the AC and DC panel, and then in its place you wire in the converter charger. So
oh, never mind.
I don't know, they're up there somewhere.
I found them.
So it is pretty easy. And is it used when boondocking? Yes, it is, because if you ever use a generator, you connect your generator to your RV using the shore power cable, and the converter charger then charges your batteries using the electricity supplied from the generator. So yeah. Here comes Alice.
Yeah. All right. Off my arm. Off. Come here. Up here. There we go. Butters does tricks for her treats. Alice, I don't think knows how to yet.
She sorta does.
Allie.
She sorta does, but she's more aggressive
Alice.
with it than Butters.
Oh.
That's great.
All right. Did she eat it?
Yeah, she ate it. That's awesome.
She makes so many.
I know, she's so loud.
Ow!
I told you.
Ow! Why are you biting me?
I told you, she grips her hands just like Butters does, but she's a little more aggressive.
She started chewing on my finger. She's already eaten the treat. She's just chewing on my finger.
She does, yeah, she's a weirdo.
Alright, I think they each got...
Steven asks, what brand drone do you use? We use a DJI Phantom 4 Pro. So, and if you're curious on any like gear we use, camera equipment, RV gear, really anything, like just about all the stuff that we bought that we use for our channel and for living in an RV, we have just a big list of stuff that you can find on Amazon. They're all Amazon affiliate links. So if you go through those links and make a purchase that helps support the channel and costs you nothing extra, but all of those are on our website. We have a gear page at the very top. So if you go to fadeunbound.com, at the very top, you'll see a link that says gear. Click that, and then it'll show you all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So if there's anything that you're curious about what we use, it's all there. Oh, and then he asks, and would you get that one again if you had a choice? Absolutely. I love our DJI Phantom 4 Pro. Yes. We're not sponsored by them at all. We paid full price for it when we bought it 2 years ago.
Before we ever hit the road.
Before we hit the road, yeah. Which was a pretty salty purchase. Back then they were $1,500. I think they're down to like 11 now. I'm not really sure, but
I don't know. Last time I checked, they were 15.
Well, they don't. They actually don't sell the Phantom 4 Pro anymore. It's the Phantom 4 Pro version 2.0.
Oh.
Which it's been like slightly upgraded. I'm not sure exactly what, but yeah, we love it, and I absolutely would buy it again.
Meredith Snyder asked, you said in your last live stream that you spent $8,000 on your solar. Was that on materials or on materials and labor?
So that was just the components that we needed to do the install, but it included everything. That's the wiring and but all that stuff is kind of small when you compare it to the major components. The solar kit we purchased was $3,600. And then the batteries we purchased, which are two 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries, those were $2,400 each for $4,800 total. So the biggest thing that cost us the most money was our batteries. And then I did the install myself. So there were no labor expenses, just my time. So yeah, $8,000 was, or is more like $8,400 was just the components and the materials to do the install. So if you're going to pay someone to install it for you,
it's going to be a lot more than that.
It's probably going to be, I'm not exactly sure what places charge, but I'm going to assume it would be between $1,000 and $2,000 depending on how many solar panels they have to mount, how complicated it's going to be to put it on your rig. But yeah, that seems to be about what the price would be if I think about how much time I had invested in it. But yeah, it's pretty expensive. But when you're in a position like Jenny and I are, where we live off of our solar system, it pays itself off pretty quickly. Our solar,
less than a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. When you compare it to staying in an RV park, $20, $30 a night for full hookups, that $8,000 pays itself off pretty quick because we live in our trailer. You know, we're full-time RVers, and yeah, that's the beauty of our setup, is that it's already paid itself off. It's been 2 years now, and you know, basically from the time it paid itself off, after about 8 months, from there on out, it's all just gravy at this point. It's actually saving us money now. It's pretty great.
It is, yeah. Chris wants to know if we have any issues with freezing pipes or tanks. We do not, because we don't go where it's so cold that we're going to be frozen out, especially during the day.
Yeah.
We've been places where it gets down to like 27. I think the lowest we were at was 23 one night.
No, I think it was 26.
It's 26.
26 is in my mind for some reason. Yeah, we know we can get through 26-degree weather. And
overnight.
Yeah,
as
overnight.
long as it warms up above freezing during the day, then
Yep.
we're good. But what we do is we drain the low points so that those parts of, those little pipes don't crack or break or have frozen water in it.
Well, what Jenny's talking about is on every RV, I'm pretty sure, there is tubes outside. They're called your low point drain tubes. And they're called the low point drain tubes because they hang lower. The start of those tubes is lower than every other tube in your RV, every other water tube. So if you open those up, they've got little stops on them that you can just screw off. When you open those up, all the water in your water lines in your trailer, in your RV, will drain down and they'll empty out. So, and you have to open up your faucet too, just so there's no vacuum. But yeah, that's what we do. If we know the overnight low is going to be like below 30 degrees, 32 isn't a big deal. But if it's going to be like in the 20s, the upper 20s, we will drain our water lines from the low point drain tubes, and then that's it. And we're good. We're basically good to go at that point, because when you have a lot of water in your fresh tank and in your waste tanks, they're gonna need to sit below freezing for a while
before they really freeze.
Yeah, before they actually freeze into a solid block. So just being overnight, it's just not long enough unless it's really cold, like in the teens or lower. But we know we can get through 26 degrees Fahrenheit for anyone not in the U.S.
Oh boy.
What? Oh, did I go down?
Yes.
Oh, whoops.
Where was it? There it is. Okay.
Oh, wait.
What?
I have to. Carla wants Tigger to say hi, or Alice to say hi. Here we go.
Is that Alice's boyfriend?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's Alice to say hi to Tiggers. Hi.
No. Baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
All right.
There we go. Have we ever had your propane detector alarm start going off randomly even if you have no propane?
Yes. And it's annoying.
It is the most annoying sound in the world.
In the middle of the night, you're just sleeping, and then all of a sudden, beep!
Poor kid.
Oh, it's so loud.
It is very, very loud.
Yeah.
And
And we always treat it like it's actually going off. So I check the stove knobs just to make sure the stove isn't on. I sniff.
Oven, we sniff around.
Yeah, the big thing you can do is just sniff around, because propane has propane itself is odorless, but they put an additive into the propane to make it smell like rotten eggs.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is get low, because propane sinks. It's heavier than air. So you get low to the ground and you just sniff around. And if there's any propane, you'll smell it. Yep. So that's what I do. And so far, we've never had a propane leak. It just goes off. I'm not sure why, and I can't smell anything.
We think it's because Sweetie sleeps by it and she farts on it. I don't know.
Sounds funny, but
it sounds funny, but that's our theory. So
yeah. So because I don't think it's just a propane detector. I think it's just I think it's meant to detect natural gas too. So methane, and methane isn't farts.
So yeah. Anyway.
Either that or Sweetie is sleeping on the ground and she leans against the test button. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Do the free national forest sites allow the use of generators? Yes.
Yeah.
They do, unless there's a sign. There also typically aren't any generator hours, but if you're camping near somebody, obviously you want to have common courtesy and turn it off so everybody can sleep nice.
Yeah, at night. Yeah.
What do you think of the Mavic air drone?
I've never owned one, so all of my opinions are just based off of things that I've read or, just watching like Thomas and Stacy from I'm Not Lost in RVing operate theirs. And as far as I know, the Mavic, as far as video quality, is very comparable to the Phantom 4 Pro. Yeah, I think they're about the same.
The only difference is that the Mavic, for us, the Maverick would be a lot nicer to take on hikes.
Super portable. It folds up
Yeah.
and it's only about this big, you know, so that's really nice. You wouldn't have to lug around this massive backpack to carry it around in like we do. But the disadvantage from of the Mavic from the Phantom is that, and this is from a rep at a DJI store told me that the Phantom is more stable in high wind conditions. So we've never had our Phantom fall out of the air, you know, knock on wood. And we have flown it in some pretty high winds.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually had my Mavic I've actually had the Phantom recover from a complete 90-degree, like a wind gust blew it completely 90 degrees, and it recovered from that without falling out of the sky. And that was crazy. So I was filming during the time too. So I rewatched the footage and it actually happened. It went full 90 degrees. So that's it was pretty scary. But yeah, that's just what I've been told. So it's really about portability. If size matters, if you're going to be taking it on hikes, or if for whatever reason you just need the smallest, most compact thing possible, then go with the Mavic. If size doesn't matter and you're going to be driving to your destinations, you're not going to be like lugging it around with you. You don't have to carry it very much in a case or a book bag, then get the Phantom. That's really what. She's okay. Her eyes were closed. She was asleep. Or she wasn't. She was trying to sleep.
So Robert wants to know, did we get our e-bikes? Yes, we did.
Yep, we sure did. We've had them for 3 weeks now.
2 weeks. Nope, 3. Yeah.
They were here when we got
yeah. But we didn't. I don't think we opened them that day though.
Yeah, we've had them for about 3 weeks now, and my e-bike's odometer already has over 20 miles on it, and that's, you know, doesn't sound like a lot, but think of the last time that you guys have ridden 20 miles on a bike in 3 weeks. I mean, I haven't done that in. The last time that I've ridden that much is when my job was literally about a mile away from my house, and I biked to work and back. I was in college at the time, but yeah, I rode my bike to work and back. That's the last time I've ever ridden that much in that short of amount of time, was in college. So it's been at least 6 years since I've ridden bikes that much. So yeah, we love them. They're awesome. They're perfect for this setting. Like, we kind of live in a suburban, my brother lives in a suburban area just outside of Seattle. So, you know,
the nearest store is
like 1.5 miles away.
1.5 miles away. The nearest bigger store is only 2.5 miles away. The mall is only 3 miles away.
Yeah.
So like everything's really close.
And it's really bike friendly around here. There are bike lanes, and you know, everyone knows to look out for bicyclists because you know, it's the city. Everyone is, you know, they're just it's really bike friendly here. So it's like the perfect place to have an electric bike in, and we've just been using them like crazy. So it's pretty neat.
Very neat. Hey guys, have you had any problems with wild animals when Sweetie needs to have late night potty breaks where you boondock? This is actually a fear of mine, but no, we haven't. The closest thing that's ever happened was when we very first hit the road and we had a bear break into our truck.
Yeah, but Sweetie was inside.
It was early morning at the time, but like ever since then, I've felt the need to be a lot more afraid, I guess, of being out during dawn and dusk when bigger animals.
Yeah, dawn and dusk is definitely when they're most active. You know, mountain lions and bears.
But if they smell a dog, they're not typically gonna come around. I don't think.
I don't know. I don't like. People like to say that bears are afraid of dogs. I'm not buying that, because
that bear was not afraid.
I've had a close encounter with a black bear. With a black bear. And it wasn't afraid of me. So, like, I just don't think it wasn't afraid of gunshots. So I don't think it would be afraid of Sweetie either. No. I don't know. I'm just not buying that they'd be afraid of, especially a bear like 3 times their size. Yeah. Well, 3 times her size, but like 6 times her weight at least.
Also, it depends. So bears might be afraid of dogs if the bear's in that area, or if an area allows dog hunting.
Bears, maybe.
Then the bears are probably going to be afraid of dogs because they've been conditioned to be afraid of dogs during bear season when dogs are allowed to hunt.
It's just not something I would rely on, is what I'm getting at. I wouldn't rely on your dog scaring off a bear, no matter what type of dog you have. I think that's just putting your dog in danger. But
what we do is David always goes outside.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. What we do is, if it's late at night or really early in the morning and we think, oh, there might be a critter outside, I just take a flashlight and I go outside first, shine the light around, just check, make sure nothing's around, and then I let Sweetie out, and then I just make sure to not let her out of my sight. So, yeah. But no, we haven't had any issues.
All right, Norman Reed has clarified for you. You had a video putting an automatic switch to automatically turn off the inverter when hooked up to shore power. Is that switch necessary?
Yeah, I would absolutely say that you need that. You don't want your inverter and another power source running at the same time. That just seems like that could cause an issue. You definitely want to have something that switches between the two, just so you're not pulling from your batteries and pulling from shore power at the same time. It seems like you're just asking for an overload situation at that point. So while I'm not an electrician, and I'm not an expert, I'm just a dude that installed solar onto his trailer, and that's literally it. I would still say, yes, absolutely, you want a transfer switch. Most inverters these days are called inverter chargers, and they have a solid state transfer switch built into them, so they do it digitally, whereas mine that I show in my install videos is an analog transfer switch. It's literally just a big relay that is basically spring loaded, so when you turn your inverter off, it springs down to have the shore power circuit engaged, and then when you turn the inverter on, it energizes a magnetic coil that pulls the metal up and connects to two prongs that then disconnects the shore power cable from the circuit, but then incorporates the inverter into the circuit. So that's how my analog transfer switch works. But yeah, most inverter chargers nowadays have a steady state transfer switch. So if you're buying an inverter charger, it's built into it. So you don't even need to worry about it. It's already there. When you wire it in, you have that automatic transfer switch already.
Yeah. So I saw that Jeb's on. Hi, Jeb.
Hey, Jeb.
Yeah, we get to hang out with him on Monday next week, I think.
Oh, is that the day?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. I believe Monday.
Do we know where we're going?
No.
All right, well, we got to figure that out. You guys can text back and forth, figure that out.
We'll figure it out. But yes, all is going well here in Washington. We are having a great time visiting family.
Was there a learning curve in learning to fly the drone? Yes, absolutely. There was quite the learning curve. The good thing about these higher end drones is that they hover. So if you let go of the controls, they just stay in one spot.
Wherever
and they try and maintain that location using GPS. Whereas like toy drones, you have to like actively fly them, and if you let go of the controls, they just drop out of the air. So it's easier to fly them in that respect than like a toy drone, but there's still a lot to learn because like taking good video, you're like, sometimes you need to move in like 3 axes at the same times. And what I mean by that is like, say the drone's moving forward, it's rotating slightly and the camera's like panning. So like doing like...
Oh yeah, that took you a long time to do that really smoothly.
Yeah, so like moving in 3 axes at one time while filming and keeping it all smooth, that is like the hardest thing. The easiest thing to do obviously is like moving 1 axis, like just like moving forward or just rotating or just panning. That's pretty easy. And then 2 axes is a little harder, and then 3 is really hard. So yeah, but it's just practice. You get better at it over time.
Are we doing 12 volt or 24 volt? We're doing 12 volt, right?
Our battery bank is 12 volt. Yeah, and I guess so is the solar panels provide, I suppose, a 12 volt nominal right now. But the solar panels we're going to be adding another one. They're all going to be wired in series after that for 72 volts.
Yeah. Sorry. Doug Sepper wants to know.
If you're 50% on your batteries, how long would it take your generator to recharge them? Roughly...
If we weren't using anything at the time.
Well, that doesn't matter because when we got the generator running, then the generator is supplying power.
Powers that
exactly.
And charges the batteries.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a hard question to ask because as our batteries charge up, our charge controller charges them slower and slower. So that's actually kind of difficult to answer, but I can give a ballpark figure. 5 hours? Ish?
5 hours, yeah.
And I'm just kind of like running. That's assuming that the generator is supplying 40 amps to our batteries, 40 amps of 12 volt power. It would take about 5 hours. Yeah.
Solar worth it for a weekend warrior? That is a
Yes.
very up in the air.
No, I would say yes. I'm just
You
gonna
would
say
say
yes.
yes?
Yeah, but if you're a weekend warrior,
If you're a weekend warrior that likes to stay in like state parks and stuff, then no, because they might have hookups for you.
well,
But
no, I mean, I think
I don't
I
know.
think he's obviously implying that he's going to be boondocking and dry camping. So, for a weekend warrior,
if it's every weekend, yeah, I would say yeah. If it's
yeah,
every
it kind of
weekend.
depends on how often.
Yeah.
That's really true. Yeah, it depends on how often. If you're going to be going out a lot, then possibly. I mean, I find it worth it just because I mean, it might not pay itself off as fast or ever, but then you don't have to deal with a generator. You don't have to deal with gas, oil changes, lugging it around, the noise and exhaust fumes. So, like how worth it is to you to not have to deal with all that stuff, especially, I mean, the two big ones is the noise and the exhaust smell. Like, it's awful sitting in in your RV, and it's a nice day, so you've got all the windows open, and then the breeze is just blowing exhaust right into the trailer. Like, it's terrible. So, like, how much is that worth to you? And then at that point, then you need to decide whether or not lithium batteries are worth it to you. So, yeah, I would say yes. But that's a tougher question.
It is a tougher question.
For the full timer, the answer is easy. Yes,
Yes.
do it. Yeah, it's totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
Wait, no, I'm skipping down because Amanda's on.
Amanda! Hi,
She said,
Amanda.
"Sup, dudes?" Everyone say hi to Amanda. She's my brother's girlfriend.
Yep. We're staying at their house.
Yes.
Okay. Hang on. Wynn says, looking forward to the Seattle meetup. Have you picked a location yet?
Well, maybe. Oh yeah,
We're
yeah.
checking it out. We have to
we've
go
got
back to that topic.
Yeah,
now.
let's do. Yeah, we forgot. That's what the big
The whole
big
thing is
announcement
about.
is on
Okay.
the live stream. So go.
Yes, our meetup is for sure going to be August 24th, which is a Saturday, from 2 to 4 p.m. We have picked a park that has a lot of parking at it, but we have to go check it out to make sure that it looks like there's enough room and all that stuff. And yeah, we're going to go check that out tonight. If we're 100% a go with it, then we're going to make a post on all of our social media platforms tomorrow. And YouTube. Announcing the location, time, and date again for everybody as well. So if you follow us on any one of our 4 social media platforms, then you'll see us there. So yeah, she said hi, everybody.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, yeah. Ken Kronk wants to know, did we buy the skirts for our trailer? No, they ended up being really expensive.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. I don't know. They're just so expensive. It's ridiculous.
Maybe we'll ask one for Christmas.
No, I don't know.
They're still really expensive.
It's
even
hard
for-
to. I have a hard time asking people for gifts that are that expensive. So
I don't remember how much they were.
It's like $1,000 or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
something crazy, or like $600, $700. It's between $600 and $1,000. That's all I know. $600 and $1,000. It's just. I thought for sure like skirting would be like $150.
Not that
Nope.
expensive, yeah.
So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna see what it's like not having skirting when we go home, I mean and we might even like if it's really bad, like say we can't keep it warm in here and the floor is like super cold. What we might do at that point is just like make some makeshift skirting using like tarping or plywood or something that we can kind of scrounge around from H&H. And if it helps it at that point, then
maybe we'll add. Maybe we'll get some.
Yeah, but then we might bite the bullet at that point. But yeah,
we may just want to add that heating tape.
But then again, we wanted to be able to go into Colorado earlier.
Yeah.
But then again, if it snows, we're screwed because the truck can't drive in snow at all. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
It's hard.
I don't like thinking about it. It's like because a part of me just wants to do it, but another part of me doesn't want to fork out all that money for skirting. So I don't know.
Where do we put our litter box? It is actually, so you can see this side of the bed, there's a space between the window and the bed, and it's back there on the floor.
Right. Back there on that side of the bed.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like a perfectly
It's like
size,
litter
yeah.
box width, so it's nice. Why do you call your trailer an RV? Because it's a very encompassing word.
Yeah,
That's why.
RV is just like kind of the all-encompassing word for all of these things. So like it, you know, when we say RV, we just kind of, it's our blanket term to include to include travel trailers, fifth wheels, truck campers, class A's, B's, and C's. It's just easier to say when you're just trying to talk about all of RVs in general. So like think about, you know, when you go to an RV dealer, they're not only selling motorhomes, you know, they're also selling fifth wheels and trailers. And actually, you know, at an RV dealer,
And
the
pop-ups.
vast, and pop-ups, yeah. At an RV dealer, the vast majority of what they sell is fifth wheels and trailers.
But they're still called an RV dealership.
Yeah,
so.
they don't say, you know, Joe Blow's fifth wheels and travel trailers. They say Joe Blow's RV, you know, dealer. So that's why. It's just kind of in the RVing community, it's just kind of RVs is the all-encompassing term.
Is it hard finding places to dispose of your trash? No, actually it's not. Typically when we go shopping somewhere to a grocery store or we go and fill up our fuel in the truck, sometimes when we go to dump stations, they have big dumpsters there too. And all of those places, as long as we're a patron of some sort or we're using the dump station, then we'll throw a bag or two of trash away while we're there.
Oh yeah, like at Walmart, you know, we go to
If we're going shopping, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go shopping and we'll spend $150 at Walmart and groceries, and they've got trash cans out in the parking lot. I don't feel bad throwing a trash bag or two away if I'm spending $150 there. I mean, they put those trash cans out there for customers, so I don't feel bad. Or if we are traveling and we spend, you know, I fill up the truck's tank with diesel fuel, I'm spending $70 at a gas station. I don't feel bad throwing a bag of trash away then. So that's typically what we do. We don't generate very much trash either. Yeah. So really we are only making like a bag or two of trash
a
week, yeah. Well, a week or every 2 weeks, yeah. Not counting the litter box.
Yeah, not counting the litter.
Wait. Wow, so many in here with extremely powerful pet farts. Or so you blame it on. Yeah, when you got a big dog like that, yes, powerful.
For sure. What did Sweetie do about the bear? Did she freak out? No, she did nothing. She didn't even bark. She lay down on the floor and pretended like nothing was happening.
She was totally clueless. However, Butters, she was badass, and she was like staring out the window at it, and she was growling.
Yeah, Have you guys ever heard a cat growl? Butters was doing that.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yes, it was hilarious.
I'm trying to. We're quite a bit behind.
Yeah, we are. Here we go.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah, Jeb says they head our way on Thursday, and we are leaving Friday morning to go camping over this coming weekend with a bunch of friends. And then we will be back Sunday night because everybody has to work Monday, and then Monday we're going to be hanging out with Jeb.
Wait, please, Amanda says, please ask Sweetie to explain why she barks at me but not at a bear. Am I scarier than a bear? Yeah.
I mean, I think we established last night that you're a ghost, so yes, you are.
Yeah, Sweetie's just, we've trained her very well to bark at like people moving around, so I think the noise the bear was making just didn't sound like
it was a human.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know, when you close a car door or something, she gets on that real quick and she's gonna bark at that. Car doors,
people talking
front
outside.
doors, knocks. See, watch this, watch. Someone, like, say someone knocks on our front door, she's gonna bark. So I'm just gonna knock on the
desk.
Ready? Sweetie's asleep right here. Yeah. So that's, we've kind of trained her to do that just to alert us if someone's there. Come here, pup. It's okay. No one's here.
It was just Daddy.
It was just me. No one's here. Yeah. Let's see. Downsizing makes sense. Says, if you could go back 2 years ago and talk to yourselves before you started, what is one piece of advice you would tell yourselves? Think about that. I'm going to keep moving. Jeb says, but David, sometimes you have to run the AC. Yeah, well, I mean, we definitely need a generator for that. Yeah. Unfortunately.
All right, I've got it.
What?
Don't let other people's opinions dictate what you decide to do.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, because sometimes someone will tell you, oh, don't go there, that place is dumb, but then you go there and it's awesome and you love it, or the vice versa. Someone's like, oh, go to this place, you have to go there, and then you go there and you're like, what?
Yeah, we had someone tell us that Joshua Tree was like the worst national park. Don't even bother. It's a waste of time. And we go, and it's been one of our favorite national parks to ever
I love
visit,
Joshua Tree. Yeah, the great thing about it is it's just not as packed as like Yellowstone and Yosemite and Arches. Yeah, but it's beautiful there.
Electric bikes yet? Yes. Just want to make sure that question got answered because we answered it earlier. But yes, we do have our electric bikes. And we're going to be doing a quick review-ish video now that we own them and we have the pannier bags and all that stuff. We're going to do a video, probably comes out in September sometime.
Tracy Houston wants to know, how did Jen get the plague?
So we were at a music festival. Not this last weekend, not like yesterday's weekend, but the weekend before. And so David and I being out on the road, we don't encounter large groups of people very often, so we don't typically get sick on the road. And so being at this music festival for a few days and just surrounded by tons of people, I got a cold.
Yeah.
That's how that happened.
F. Gresham says, the Fade Unbound gear page from a Chrome or in Safari browser do not work, just an FYI. So, I had it. You interrupter? You interrupter!
I was going to answer it, but it's fine.
Go for it.
I'm in charge of the website, so.
That's true.
So it does work, actually. The reason that any of those links might not be showing up is if you had some sort of an ad blocker installed on your phone or your laptop.
And we know that it works on Google Chrome because we use Google Chrome. That's our primary browser. So yeah, you probably have an ad blocker installed, and that's blocking the ads.
Whether it's something that your computer came with or not, I would look through and see what kind of potential ad blockers you might have and turn those off, and then all those links should pop up for you.
Yeah. Do you know if any other YouTubers will attend the gathering? Stacy and Thomas?
Stacy and Thomas have already left.
Oh, it's Mike.
But that would be awesome. Hi, Mike. Hey. That would be awesome if they could come too, but no, they will not be attending. They have already left the
They're on the opposite side of the country.
They're not even here.
They hightailed it out of here. Yeah, they hightailed it out of here. Yeah. So, yeah. They did go to the music festival with us, though.
They came to the music festival. That was so much fun.
Yep, and then the next day they were gone. I have no idea how they left after that. I was dead.
So pooped.
So tired, yeah.
So tired for days.
So yeah, we will be in Seattle this weekend.
Nice. Very excited. If Amanda's still on, remember, the 19th, after we get back from camping, we have to go hang out with Jeb and his family for dinner when you guys get home from work. So
Mike said, how was the rock concert tent camping? Another Woodstock?
I mean, it was close, I guess.
Yeah, somewhat, but it's the music's totally different. It's more like
not a rock concert.
Yeah, it's more of an EDM festival. So
EDM, bluegrass.
There was some. I mean, it was originally a bluegrass festival.
It's called a bluegrass festival.
And then the EDM crowd, from my understanding, just kind of took it over. Yeah. They still do bluegrass stuff though. Yeah. But none of the main stage stuff is that. That's all like side stage stuff now. Yeah. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. It's called Summer Meltdown. We went last year also. We went this year, and we plan on going every year from there on out because we just have so much fun.
I don't care where we are in the country. We're going to Meltdown every year.
But yeah, but it was very tiring because we were up super late every night, and you're sleeping in a tent on an air mattress, so the quality of sleep is rather low. And it was 4 days, so yeah, afterwards we were just totally drained.
You don't get much sleep because there's music going 24/7 the entire time during
not 24/7, but
I mean, they stop it
virtually. Yeah.
They stop it at like what 3:30 or 4 in the morning, and then they start it back up at like 7 somewhere. Anyway.
Have you answered the shower question today yet? What shower question?
Shower question?
I think that's a no then.
I didn't see a shower question. Are we introverts? Yes.
Quite. Yep. We are.
Once we get to know someone, though, we're not.
Oh yeah, Joshua Tree is awesome, but way too hot right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never go there right now.
Oh my gosh. I mean, what is it? It's probably over 100 there now, isn't it? Yeah, think so. Definitely Joshua Tree is the place to be, like in March and April. January, February. No. It's too
It
cold.
snowed in January.
Well, the part of Joshua Tree where all of the stuff is at is
oh yeah, it's quite
decently
a bit higher.
high. Yeah, it's like 3,000 feet, I think. So yeah, it snows there in January and February. But yeah, March and April. I think it was March when we were there, wasn't it? Yeah, it was really nice.
No, it's February. Because it was just after Quartzite. We left.
If you say so.
Yeah.
You should meet in a Walmart parking lot. No.
Gresham said that it was the ad blocker. So that's cool. Glad we
Yeah.
got it figured out.
Yeah!
How do you figure out if a highway in the mountains will be okay for your RV? I don't know.
We just drive. We
just
go.
If we're going over a pass that is closed because of high snow, there's typically going to be an alert on Google Maps that says that it's closed.
Not only that, but there will be signage. But
Yeah.
we haven't been, like, we move with the weather, so we just haven't
tried to deal with it.
Yeah, we just haven't been in a situation yet where it's snowing where we're at and snowing heavily. It's been flurries, but yeah, we just haven't been into that situation because we don't go where it's cold. We don't go where it's snowing. We wait for it to warm up, then we go there.
Jumping in late, when and where for the meetup. So, quick recap for the meetup is that it is going to be August 24th, which is a Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. There is a park nearby that we were actually going to go and check out this evening. And if we like it, tomorrow on all of our social media platforms, we're going to post the date, time, again, and location. So look for that tomorrow. If you don't follow us on any of our social media platforms, but you're subscribed on YouTube, there's a community tab on our page, and it'll be posted there as well.
No, that's not what you say. You say if you're not following us on any of our social media platforms, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
What if
follow
someone
us.
doesn't have all of those? I'm just
Well,
saying
then they get them, and then...
You can find it on YouTube, too, so...
How often do you shower? In my camper, I try to get one every 3 days. So that depends. If we have unlimited water, or if there's a water source very near to us, then we'll shower daily or every other day. And then if we don't, if water is not easily accessible and we're trying to stretch it out, then we go every 3 days.
Every 3, sometimes 4, depending on if we went hiking or not.
Oh,
and if we've gone hiking, we shower freaking that night.
Exactly, yeah. If we've gone hiking, then we shower when we get back because we're sweaty and disgusting.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we're just hanging out in the RV, we can go 4 days, and we have before if we're trying to stretch our water.
Do we have a stroller for the cat? No.
No.
I don't think she'd like that very much.
I don't think she'd mind. Alice rides in the pack, though. We've got a number of videos where Alice goes on hikes with us, and she rides in the backpack.
How do we leave the trailer to explore without freaking out? I watched the videos explaining the cameras and changing the locks, but I would still worry. Also, have you had much stolen or broken? So, I think that our level of anxiety when leaving the RV behind in a boondocking spot has increased over time.
Yeah, it has.
But installing the cameras and knowing that wherever we're going, we have access to those cameras on our phones has really calmed us down, I think.
And I think we were just kind of psyching ourselves out anyway.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten a little more comfortable. It like peaked, and we were like freaking out about it, and then it kind of got lower and lower.
Yeah.
And I think when we hit the road again, it's going to get lower and lower. And it really depends where we're at. If we're staying in the national forest,
I'm not
as afraid. But if we're out in like the desert in BLM land where like
people can see you from a highway 4 miles away,
then I'm a little more worried. Yeah, but when you're nestled deep in the forest, it's like no one's going out there, you know. And if they are, they're probably just four-wheeling around. So
yeah, so I'm not worried about that. But yes, we have had something stolen.
Your dream catcher.
I'm losing my voice.
I got it. Jenny had her dream catcher stolen off of the door of our trailer. So that did happen, but that was the only thing that's ever been stolen from us, and nothing's ever been like broken, like vandalized, thankfully, again, knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on
wood. Rosalie Ogden says, hello from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Is
nice
it hot
of you.
there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
gotta
gotta
be hot.
It's gotta be super hot, I think.
I feel like August is the hottest time of year for everywhere, isn't it?
I mean,
it's definitely the hottest in Fort Wayne.
Definitely the hottest in Indiana, and I bet a lot of places. Yeah, Sweetie security alarm. That's true. She does, when she's behind in the trailer, I think that does help. If someone comes around, she's going to bark at them. So, Wow. 110, 110, 111, and 109 for Vegas temperatures. Jeez.
Wow, that's insane. Wait.
It's really nice here. It's been like high 70s during the day and high 50s at night. It's really nice.
So Charles Billings wants to know, we're in Port Orchard. How far is the meetup from us? I don't know where Port Orchard is, but let me see. I'll tell you. I can tell you.
Well, you just have Google Maps Seattle. It's in Seattle.
It'll be in the Seattle area. Well, Port Orchard might be like a suburb of Seattle. Oh boy.
Well, I know, but
Where is it?
I have no idea. I don't know why.
No, I was.
It's really close, so it's gonna be. Well, okay, with midday Seattle traffic right now, it's if you don't take a ferry, it's about 74 miles.
Yeah.
So that's with midday Seattle traffic, which I'm sure you know how bad that is. It's saying 2 hours, but like right now is rush hour, so I'm sure that's why it's so long, because there's 3 slowdowns in the interstate that runs right through the heart of Seattle. So on a Sunday midday, I think you're not gonna have, it won't take that long, but yeah, without a ferry, it's saying 74 miles.
Yeah, the park we're thinking about, I think, is just north of Seattle.
Yeah, it's north of Seattle.
But we got to check it out first. So I don't want to say it and then we change our minds later and then someone still shows up to the wrong place.
Yeah, get confused.
It's cooled down to 99 here. The high was only 75 here today, guys.
Yeah, see, Amanda said he'd need to take a ferry.
Oh, yeah. Did we get through all of them finally?
Oh, we did. We're all caught up.
Holy cow, we caught up through all of them.
Well, you should start firing that up.
How long do we have?
We have 4 minutes.
Oh,
so go ahead and fire that up.
There you
And I need one of these because my throat's starting to get a little scratchy, probably just from talking so much.
Did I get you sick?
Why, you were like excited about that?
No, I'm shocked because
I always get sick after you do. You kidding me?
Yeah, but I've been sick like 5 days and he has yet to get sick.
This is how it always works. You get sick because you have a weaker immune system than me, and then you start to get over it, but then my symptoms start to set on as yours are going down because I live with you and just being constantly bombarded by your diseases. Then gets me sick.
You didn't answer the question about a man bun for David. He doesn't have enough hair to do a man bun.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't. Man bun.
Right.
When are you getting a 4x4? I know you don't want to spend the cash, but you could go further into the wilderness. We're not going to be getting one anytime soon. We really like our truck. It's really nice for how old it is. So, yeah, I don't want to drop $20,000 on a truck, so it's going to be a little while. What is your favorite food?
Udon!
Oh, yeah, Jenny's udon.
I like how Amanda goes, David, grow
a man bun. 100% agree that David should grow a man bun. Yeah. Port Orchard, yeah, okay. No man bun. None of you have a say on whether or not I grow a man bun. Just letting you know right now. This is my hair. I'll do whatever I want.
Okay. Are we going to store our RV in Fort Wayne? No, we're going to be staying with family in RV in Fort Wayne.
Yep. Team man bun. Yeah,
I think you'd look cute with a man bun.
Whatever. So we are wrapping up this live stream because we switch over after an hour to our patrons only live stream so that we can have like a smaller, kind of smaller feel with them. So that is going to be happening here in 1 minute. Jenny's getting it ready. Yeah, she's working on getting the link sent out to invite our patrons.
I can't do the link till we stop going live here.
I know. You can just get it already, and you got Hangouts pulled up and all that. All right, great. So yeah, but thank you everyone for hanging out with us. We always love the live streams. Hanging out with you guys is always a ton of fun. So thanks everyone for coming. Our patrons who are on right now, get on Patreon. Jenny's going to be sending the link to all you guys to the patron-only live stream so we can all hang out. But, yeah. Jenny, anything before we get off? Oh, I guess we'll just reiterate the big thing we wanted to tell everyone. Again, we're having our meetup, our second meetup here in the Seattle area on August 24th. It's Saturday. A Sunday.
Saturday.
Oh, it's a Saturday. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
It is a Saturday. Saturday, August 24th from 2 to 4 p.m. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to tell you all where it's at on social media. Because we're going to scope out the spot now.
Posts.
Yeah, we're going to scope the spot out
Yeah.
after the live stream. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. That's all. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Patrons, we're sending the link right now.
All
Bye.
right. Bye, guys.
Oh yeah, it's that one. Duh.
Yeah, this one.